Let's see here. Let's see. I know I'm not supposed to go back on. I was messing around. Just messing. How many live streams can you do a day? Let me see. Let's see. I've been messing around. What time is it? 7:47. Yeah, who cares, right? Oh, that's my frost. There we go. It's glitching a little, but it's all right. Yeah, I wasn't gonna come back on until tomorrow, but yeah, fuck it. That's what I say, fuck it. Let's see. Windows update. Nope. Nope. Let's see. Let's see if we get anybody on here. New and exciting. Oh yeah. New and exciting. New and exciting. New and exciting. Live. What's up, man? I wasn't gonna come back on. I just got off Joe Wentz's thing, and I came in here, and I got some fucking new tracks that I was excited for you guys to hear that I'm gonna send to Gabe. I mixed them down, and I did some pieces. Man, they sound fucking killer. So a lot of people want to know when I record. I'm not gonna go through the whole process, but you can hear. I use a little bit of a pitch on my leads and on my rhythms. So what's up? I don't know how. Should I go in here? Let's see. Will it even tell me? Let's see. Or do I get to go back out? No, it won't tell me, right? I get to go back here. What's up, mechanics? Make some presets. Oh, of my what I do on the guitar. Yeah, I just turn the effect on and off. Oh, for Kemper Fractal? I never thought of that. Turn all my stuff back to where it was. This ain't the guitar I use though. Want to hear some of it? You'll be the first to hear it. Oh shit. There you go. You'll be the first to hear it, mechanic. I went heavier. And I put more leads. second one. I only did pieces. Does it sound better heavier? All the reverb and delays off too. And then I redid I redid this and made it heavier. Well, these I can't load because these are going to be songs for for Gabe from Lynch Mob. I did a lot of pentatonic stuff in there. But that was the PRS. But I figured those are going to be songs for War Pigs that I'm going to try to get Gabe to write lyrics to. So there's like 3 or 4 right there that we'll turn into songs and maybe sell them. Hey, what's up, Norm? So we're going to try to I'm going to try to get him to write lyrics for those songs. And then maybe we can do something with them. I tried to do more of like the modern Ozzy kind of Zakk Wylde sound with the pitch on there and not a lot of reverb and delay. You know, and a lot of the pentatonic stuff. But I played it with this guitar over here. It's probably still in drop from the last one. Your dogs were rocking out. I just watched Paul Sabbath, I think it was called. So here, let me change the settings again. Well, I could just go off. Let's see. Hear that? You hear that little pitch in there? They're programmed. I can play it again if you guys want to hear it. They're they're just and that's an E. you an idea. Hey, yeah. I just finished recording some tracks. These are for Gabe from Lynch Mob. Yeah, I'd use a lot of pentatonic stuff in these. That's the drop one. Oh, I'm out of tune. Sorry. So those are tracks that I'm going to use for Gabriel Cologne from Lynch Mob, that when we do the War Pigs. So I redid that one. I made everything heavier, more metal, since the band is going to be heavier. So I figured I'd redo all the tracks and make them heavy. And kind of do that Zakk Wylde sound, you know, with the pitch. That kind of stuff. So it's basic pentatonic stuff, but I'm playing that kind of stuff. Not playing super fancy, just a little fast, but more on the pentatonic side, just to make it more commercial for him. But I figured I'd share you some of the clips to that. But those are actually going to turn into songs. Hopefully. Let's see. Oh, we got 9 watching out of. Dude, you know what's great is you guys just come on. How's it going, Mark? Yeah, I just came on doing live streams. If you guys want to go back, like, you can watch some of the tracks again, like when after I download. I'm not gonna stay on for a long time. I'll do the big one tomorrow, like, you know. Yeah, I took it. There's actually 4 guitar tracks for the rhythms to double it. Easy Drummer. No, I have Virtual Drummer. So I go in there and then I program it. Sometimes if you know what I mean? It just depends. And then I was, you know, it took a bunch of, you know, even the... You know, that's one of the things that I do use. I use a pitch on my rhythms and leads sometimes. Easy Drummer is good. Yeah. But I like the whole... Yeah, I'll try to do that. I might have... I was talking about that earlier with somebody, and I might have to have somebody help me record and edit that, because it's not a quick process, but I'm pretty fast at it. But to actually sequence everything so that you don't see like a lot of dead air of me, you know what I mean? Because like sometimes I tweak for sounds, like the guitars are panned left and right, one in the center, and then I have one that's like cocked a little bit off, and that's how you get that big, you know, sound. I wonder why that's so low. Can you hear that better? that too loud or is that better? Because I can't tell. I guess I could watch it, right? And then hear it. Your OCD comes out when making press. Oh yeah. I don't. Sometimes I'll take the overdrive off too as well. I get. Let me see how loud this is. I don't. Sometimes I'll take the overdrive off too as well. Oh yeah, that's not too loud. Turn what up? The overall volume or just me? The guitar. I guess we can turn all that off now. The OD sucks in the Fractal. Yeah, I don't like it either. I don't like the OD in the Kemper either. Let me see. Let me see if I here. Let me see if I could go into the OD. Let's see. Here it is. I could do a. Let me see. That's like an unboost. I could do a bright boost on it. A dark lead. But that's like a lot of overkill for me. Now, I'll tell you what sounds good on these too. It's the I probably could undo. Let's see. I'm back to where I was at. That's the cool thing about this. Fuck it, I'll just leave the reverb and the delay off. We could do a little delay. Use the amp boost and the EQ and the output signal. Yeah, this one I don't have an EQ on. Let me turn this off too. I can't. I got a delay thing happening. Yeah. Yeah, sometimes you got to go in and find. I know in Fractal, I like a cab called the Sorcerer cab. Try that IR. It's called Sorcerer. It's like when you go through them, it's about a little past half to almost 3/4 in the cab settings as you're scrolling. Sorcerer cab. That one sounds the best to me. I the AM4 is good. I I don't know. I I don't know if I could use that live though, because it's small. It's like the FM3, but I guess you could get an outside foot stomp box to create more foot switching. The guitar, turn the guitar up a little. Or is that too loud now? Tone Wars, yes. Hey, Allison. Yeah, sounds good now. Yeah, no, it's I don't know if I like that reverb though. To be honest, let me see what it is. Easy reverb. Let me see. I don't know. Echo verb. What's a format reverb? Strings? Strings reverb. Jesus. Ice? The fuck? That's too trippy for me. Let me go back to a small plate or something. There you go, small plate. That's better. Let's take some of it off. We'll store that. There we go. There you go. There's a plate. Got a plate. But that's the guitar I did on the tracks. I that's the one thing that I always had a problem with. I spend too much time on sound. An editor? Oh yeah, yeah. It's easier to do it right off the Kemper though, because everything's right there. So it's set up like these are your foot switches pre-amp. This is your amp, and your foot switching after. So you can put your EQ, your reverbs, delays, whatnot in there. Noise gate. That way, that's what I like about Kemper better. Because if I'm live and I have to adjust something really quick on the fly, I have everything right there. Bass, middle, treble, presence, rig volume, master volume. Then I got my reverb delay and my mods. So even on my mods, want to take this down? And if I go back out of it and go back in, what's up, Jerry? I just saw Joe Wentz's. He was live streaming from right in his car, man. Well, I have the FM3, but I don't. I can use the FM3 live. Thanks, man. So you know. But let me show you why I love this. Why I love Kemper. One is I can put my heads in there, but it's the foot switching. Let me see if you guys are gonna be able to see that. So I have 5 presets right here. You know, that's my tap tempo, and then I got my bank up and down. That's the looper and that's the tuner. So even if I do that, the tuner's on. But the thing is, even like this, the tuner stays on and lit. So if I play, this will move. I don't know way to have this up. But I also have a scene inside a patch like this. See how it's switched up on 2? So I can use one patch and just do a little more gain, a little more delay, and a little more volume without actually moving off of one of these patches. So my rhythm and lead could be on this patch here. That gives me 1, 2, 3, 4. That gives me 8 more scenes right on there. And then you have these. These you can assign foot switching, your stomp modes. So I can use this as a stomp box without going into a scene. So I can assign these to each scene. And that's the benefit of Kemper. I just think Kemper's set up better for Fractal. Better than Fractal. Now the FM9s are set up good. The problem is when you're playing live, to get to something I have to drop down, where this is sitting up high enough for me to actually adjust on the fly really quick. So it's like one of those things that I can get to it. So I'm not bending down doing this. I can go. With Fractal, that's almost impossible. Check. Let me see. What's up, Andrew? Yeah, so like it's a lot easier for me. But I was like, I just got done with these tracks. I don't know. Should I play them again? There's a lot more people here. I'll play them so you can hear them. Should I do commentary? Tell you where I fucked everything up. So these are just parts of the tracks. Again, if you came in, and they are scooped. I scooped them to get that heavy. There you go, Steven. A little George for you. Now right there, I got a pitch on the bass, an octaver. Can you hear the octaver on the bass? Yeah. I love programming drums. No, and I redid my old song too that I had to make everything heavier. This is the old one I had. So what happened is I was writing these songs before and putting them down, and the reason why I did clips is because I'm gonna send the clips to you like that, bro? I'm gonna send the clips to Gabriel from Lynch Mob. So Allison, you haven't been here. So what happened is while we were waiting to do this Legends thing, I asked Dave, why don't we revive your old band War Pigs? I said, but me, you, and Patrick. And he said, okay, who are you going to have sing? So I contacted Gabe from Lynch Mob because he lives in Florida. And I said, hey man, would you be interested in doing some Sabbath and Ozzy and some other solo career as well? And I'll write some songs. So there's 4 songs that he can write lyrics and choruses to. That way he can loop them and just keep listening to like a chorus in a verse. You know what I mean? And that way he can write some lyrics, and that we'll record them and we'll sell them at the shows along with like shirts and whatever. Not, of course, all you guys get free stuff, but so that's the plan. So I started. I go, you know what? I can't give them the tracks; they're not heavy enough. If we're doing like Sabbath stuff, let me, and Ozzy, and I was like, Ozzy, let me get like a modern rock sound, like a Zach tone, you know, like just heavy ballsy. So I use pitch shifters on basses and octavers and stuff. There's 4 guitar tracks on that, believe it or not, you know. And I love playing with sound. How much time do I've been retired forever. I sit home and do nothing except fold laundry. No, I don't do anything. I haven't done anything in years. I mean, the writing for what's happened is because I stopped writing for all the labels. I'm starting to actually have time for myself, and that's why I'm able to come on here more. Um, and it's I'm getting more rest as well because they're not calling me at 2 and 3 in the morning. Hey, can we need these and that, and then I have to get up for my son, so it's not putting a lot of pressure on me. So I actually feel better physically you know, and mentally, and then having more time. I mean, my body still hurts. Don't get me wrong. Like my back is shot. Like it's been shot for like 4 days. But you know, which actually sitting in this chair helps me better because I'm elevated, and it's a big thick cushion on there. You're in Gainesville? Oh yeah, for sure, man. As soon as we break out, there's gonna be 4 or 6 shows in Florida, and then we'll see from there how we want to do this. You know what I mean? But we'll definitely come up around Gainesville and Jacksonville and the Atlanta area for sure. You know, and then maybe hook. Maybe we'll have to ride into Tennessee. They won't like us there. Be like fucking shaking the clubs. How long to prepare for shows? We just have to put the days together. We don't. It could be for me. I get a list of songs and I learn everything in a week, and then we do one practice to work out the intros and the outros, and that's it. Hey, what's up, AJ? Yeah, I'm trying to get them heavy for Gabe. So it's one of those things, and he's a young kid, and he loves fucking Sabbath. I think he's gonna like these better than the others. Oh, Twisted Fork. Yeah, we could play places like that. The Twisted Fork. The guitar I'm holding, it's a Jackson. Whoops, was a Jackson. No. So I use my. Let's see. We could turn it on. I could show you. So you can hear. I use a pitch on everything, and then I do 4 layers, and I change the pitches, and then I put an octave on the bass. Now, that's how I always record like metal tracks. But I don't know what they call this. It's a QM Thinky Pro something. Steven would know more than I do. The pitch sounds great on the. Dude, you guys, if you ever play live, you got to put a little bit of a pitch on there. And I think this is the fourth and 1 and 4 maybe. Yeah, that the purple Strat, the Fender, this one over here. That's one of my main recording guitars. Was that the Kiesel, this one, and the purple have probably been on close to, I'd say, 200 or 300 albums. 200 or 300. Yeah, probably around that many. What's up, Paul? Glad to see you too. I wish I could see everybody. So like when people type the comment, your box would blow up, and then like I could see who it is. That would be fucking cool. Any app tech guys out there? There you go. There's an idea for YouTube when you're in the chats, and you can see them. That would be kind of fucking cool, wouldn't it? I people used to ask me all the time. I used to not tell people about the pitch thing because what I do is on here when I do it live, I'll assign the pitch to the lead so I can have it on and off. Yeah, like a Zoom chat. Everyone can see everybody. Yeah, that would be cool. So so when I play live, what I do is I assign the pitch to here, and it's monetary. So I can just hold it and it'll play when I do the screams. And stuff like that, or if I want to do a certain part of the lead. So like if I'm doing like a really high pitch, and then I would click it off or take my foot off of it. Yeah, kickstart my heart, right? Yeah, there's a pitch on there. A lot of people don't know that. But the mix of it, so like if I go into my pitch and I go, let's see, and I can go over here. Let's see. Here's my mix. So I can take my mix down a little more. Even more. And so like you can control your mix all the way up to heavy. It's a cool effect. Oh, good news, you got 26 subs now. You have 27? I wish I had a button for you, like clap like Joe, my buddy Joe does. That's great. 29, 20, you had 26, now 27. Everybody should sub Mechanic Jams. At least get them up over 100. That's funny, man. I'll tell you, I had over 200,000 subs when I first started this channel. And it lay dormant for about 15 years. Didn't go on there once. And it dropped all the way down to under 100. And I'll tell you, it's really hard to get subs in this day and age. It is. I'm up over almost 3,000 from a year and a half, 2 years. It's pretty crazy, you know, because you got algorithms and they block you now. It's one of those things that they just don't want people making money. And I don't even care about the money. I just want, you know, people to see. That's why I did that copyright thing. I wanted everybody to see how that's actually done, because a lot of people bullshit people about that copyright shit. You know, so if you haven't seen that, watch the copyright video. It's funny as shit because there's nobody to write it publishing, and to get like a publisher, like to get YouTube's address, you can, or a fax number, but it's really hard. Plus, yeah, and you know what they're doing now too on YouTube? They're actually deleting your subs, 50 to 200 subs at a time. They got out. It's called a sweep. So what they're doing is they're going through your channel. So like if you do say 10 videos and not one person watches a video because maybe he's sick or something, he automatically gets deleted off of your sub count. That's fucked up. It really is. Like, who gives a shit? You know what I mean? I guess they're trying to do that to weed out the bots, people creating fake accounts and they lay dormant. You know what I mean? Most people are tone deaf. Yeah, a lot of people are, man. It's one of those things. And it's except Rick Beato's kid, right? He's fucking got perfect pitch. But a lot of it, you know, is growing up and looking at it. It's gargle balls. You've been unsubscribed from channels you watch? Oh, channels watch? You know, so like even G, A, B, C, D, E, F chart. You know, like that's why, you know, I think playing scales, it's important to hear that. You know what I mean? Yeah, yeah, that's a weird thing, right? The deleted accounts and stuff. Why don't they just leave it alone? Yeah, me too. Malmsteen plays scales? Yeah, all day long. He should write a song about it. I play scales. Scales. He does some cool stuff though. C CACD. Had an entertainment. She sang a couple verses and harmonized with terrible strumming and naked. A lot of the guys like Freeman and Becker, they were good at playing fours. So they would go from position and move it up to create more notes. Brooklyn just subscribed to Allison. Yeah, that's the only way for the people to win is to actually get in communities and help each other and talk about stuff and stuff. It's like Joe Wentz's project. He's a fucking great guy. I love his channel and stuff, and he, it's just cool that he has a big community like he does. And he's a nice fucking guy. That's what I like about my channel. Everybody on here is pretty cool, you know. Like some of these people get like a lot of people that come on their channel and they bash them. I mean, because somebody had asked me about that the other day. I haven't seen, you know, Teabags and Zach in a while. I go, well, hopefully they learned their lesson, But like I said, it takes months for investigations and stuff. It's not right away, but I can guarantee them it's happening. I promise you that, you know. That's why I look like even here, like I contacted two cities around me with local police, and some of them are friends of mine because I grew up here. I'm like, hey man, send me his name. They look at him, they're like, okay, he comes around, you know what to do. I'm like, okay. So it's what all your channel if you have one. What is it called? It's great to see what people look like and check everyone out. Music. It's crazy the big YouTube guys that they pay for the. Yeah, that's fucking. Everybody's trying to, dude. Nobody wants to fucking work. Everybody wants to be a social media star, and they think that all YouTube and Instagram is going to pay all their bills. But what they don't realize is like a lot of the girls on Instagram and TikTok, they have OnlyFans pages, and they use that as a gateway to get people to join the OnlyFans where they make the real money. You know, like you get $1,500 for 1 million views. You can't make money on these things. Yeah, Joe and Ralph are fucking awesome. Yeah, that's the thing, Mr. Beast. Yeah, Joe and Ralph are surprisingly good, because they don't look like musicians. They don't act like arrogant asshole musicians, and they can play. That's what I like about them. Pay for subs as banned on YouTube and then close them down. But well, YouTube isn't shutting them down. You know why? YouTube actually likes it because they can actually sell the ads to more companies. Hey, look, we got your ads on these bigger channels and this and that, and it's like a selling point for them. That's kind of why YouTube is very lax with getting channels shut down and stuff like that. Because even one of the guys I had a problem with who trolled me onto Jordan Steele's page sent me an email and said, yeah, I went on his page and I commented right under you. And when I looked at it, that wasn't his handle. So he had fake accounts. that got sent to the FBI as well. And it got sent to YouTube. So that is against YouTube's guidelines. Just that alone can get him shut down. Yeah, it's whatever. I don't understand how YouTube became such a. When I first joined YouTube 20 years ago, it was just like I had all kinds of famous people coming on my channel, and saying stuff. I took most of the videos down because they weren't pertinent to when I came back. But like Mark uh, Marco from G66 and the older guitar players, like Ola England, he used to come on my channel all the time, and those kind of cats, But I got busy. I got back into the industry, to play again at that time, and then I ended up getting back into the industry, and it took a lot of my time. The only reason why I came back to YouTube actually was because of my kid, believe it or not, because he's gonna be 11. So for all those years, he's watching like Ryan's World, Mr. Beast. I'm like, what the hell? He's like, Daddy, they make a lot of money. I go, what are you talking about? You don't make money on YouTube. But when you got like 500 million subscribers, you do, like a Mr. Beast. Yeah, yeah, you should do. You put more guitar playing. You know, that's the thing, because a lot of people don't understand. Here's the thing about being like at a certain level and not at a certain level. And I don't know how good you are, but you, a lot of people seem to assume that it's kind of like the most beautiful girl you see at the bar. You don't go up and say hi because you think everybody has hit on her. In actuality, she's intimidated all the men, and the only one that's actually come up to her are the assholes. And she loses out because everybody assumes. And what happens is, like even me, I go on other people's channels and I watch, and I it gives me a better feeling of our guitar community as a whole and what people want to hear or see. And there's always something that somebody plays and you go, "Damn, that's a good lick. I'm going to use that." Whistling Diesel? What is that? Is that a band? Is that my new AI band? Whistling Diesel? Is that what we're going to call it? War Pigs, Whistling Diesel. That could be a name of one of my songs. Whistling Diesel. Then I'll have a guy with no teeth and it's just blowing air. He's a YouTuber? I'll have to check him out. Wait, I got my thing right here. Let me see. Maybe I could get another copyright. So they gave me a copyright because Jerry, for saying, "Hey, can you learn Spider Thing? Check that out." Whistling Diesel. Oh, wait a second. Did it go? Whistling 1.58 million subs. Jesus. Yeah, see, it's like he's got a Whistling Diesel Classic Truck Challenge, Chevy versus Ford, 4.2 million in 4 weeks. So out of that video, he's made 6 grand in 4 weeks just off one video. So if he's got, so so you figure for the month he's made 6 grand. So if he's got five more like that times five, that's 30,000 a month. Yeah, that's fucking huge, huge money. Yeah, yeah. He can afford to destroy the. I should sell him some of mine. Damn, he destroyed a Z06. See, now that one's got 5.2 million 3 weeks ago. So there's six. Damn. And six in 4 weeks. I can see that's like 20 grand. You can video yourself on top of a tractor and get more views. Maybe that's my next video. Which one wins in a royal battle? The 57 Gibson Les Paul or the 59? And I set them up in a fucking street and I just run them over with my McLaren. That'll get me a couple billion views. Could do it with a truck, a motorcycle. Harley versus 57 59 Les Paul. Who wins? Or a golf club. You fucking take the headstock off of the fucking Callaway. Callaway versus Gibson. Oh, man. How are you doing, Infinity? Is it getting better for you? I pray for you almost every day, bro. Yeah, some of it can be AI. You know what I mean? AI has been used for movies and stuff like that for a long time. Yeah, brother. Life ain't easy. That's what people are for. We're here to help whenever we can. Lift spirits. That's why I said to you, if you can't fix that guitar, let me know. I was gonna send you a guitar. It wasn't the 59 though. So don't get crazy. Create a channel on how to frustrate YouTubers. He got arrested from TN for not paying luxury. So what, for the license? What about I don't have a lot of Ibanez's. I have a few, but they're like the Vi ones, the anniversaries and stuff like that. Your big brothers go fund you, go fund these kicking ass. I'm not a big Ibanez guy. I do have some of, but they're collectibles. But they are great guitars. Ibanez has been around for a while. I remember when they first came out, and they were like copycats. Go J Craft. The Harmony from Sears. Really? That was your first guitar? What was that one they had? The silver. Oh man, I can't remember. It's really heavy in weight. Oh really? The founder died? 93. The Japanese Ibanez guitars, man, that the Fuji factory is the shit. I'm not sure if they made that. I have a Gibson Les Paul from Japan. It's a 73 custom back in a long day. A Kramer? You like Kramers? I just put away, I have a bunch of Kramer Kleins. I don't know if you know what those are. I got the one with the wolf on it. I have the one with the planets. and then I had a hollow flash one. They're in some of my older videos. Oh yeah, Montgomery Wards. I forget about that. Jefferson's. What was that service? I used to. You know where I? Oh, Silvertone. That's it, bro. I used to love service merchandise as a kid too. You remember service merchandise? Oh, Hamer. Those things fucking rip, bro. When they came out with the aluminum necks. Yeah, I do like something like the Genesis series is really cool. Hey, what's up, Funky Paint? Yeah, they're already done. Yeah, they fucking Akira's tearing it up. I don't know if you guys heard about the incident with Sebastian on there, but Ted Poley, I guess, is retracting his vocal comments to keep his job on the Monsters of Rock. Poor Ted. Sebastian probably threatened Monsters of Rock. I won't come back on unless he apologizes. Yeah, yeah. The Orville guitars were fucking cool too, man. You don't see many of those. The Fender Japanese guitars. Yeah, they were doing the. It was like a shred series. They had the Floyds on them. Do you remember those? Man, that was like around 1990 maybe. Yeah, Maiden isn't gonna attend the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. They already talked about that. No Maiden. I don't know, man. I've been asked to go on those. I won't go. Me strings. I use the EVH 10s. It's one of my last deals. I'm running out of. I got no more deals. Yeah, EVH 10s on everything. I get big monkey paw side, but I break strings a lot. Ah, eights. Yeah, I can't use nines. The only time I use nines is I used to use the Slinky hybrids, the orange pack, the 910s, because my right hand is heavy, so I didn't break strings bending. I broke them rhythm wise, and you'll even see me once in a while go like to compress the string. I pinch the strings hard. Yeah, the rotor the rotosone. Oh, what happened there? I guess I could turn that off. We don't need that. I won't be figuring out songs, Jerry. I'm sorry. Your Wilson tennis racket had the best strings for air guitar. You played nothing but dominant sevens on it, right? Dude, we all did that when we were kids. The tennis rackets and racquetball rackets. I remember grabbing a socket wrench because it looked like a microphone because it had the grip on there. I'd use that for a fake microphone. Doing my Elvis Presley. Poke salad. Don't go hungry, burn. I said poke salad. Listen. This is a G string. Is it just you? The G string always break first. You play the tennis racket too? It's always the G string. Yeah. Hey, what's up, Mr. Nate? Nah, you're not late. I just come on whenever. I'm like, fuck it. I don't care anymore. Yeah, so if the G string breaks, you got to call the A team. The A team will fix the G string. Always a pleasure to have you, Mr. Night Owl. The Adaras are good. I'll have to see if they'll let me play Suicide Solution. That's one of my favorite Ozzy songs. I love Bark at the Moon too. I love them all, really. What am I saying? No, I never took it apart yet. Yeah, this is a beautiful guitar. Favorite Ozzy guitar player? That was me. But I couldn't. My dad wouldn't. My dad wouldn't sign the paper. Motherfucker. Yeah, I don't know. It's great. Randy, my all-time favorite. I mean, without Randy, Ozzy wouldn't continue. Yeah, I love Randy Rhoads. Randy and Jake were I like Zach, but for me, Randy first, Jakey Lee second. How many people almost toured with him? He had a lot of people. There's a lot of people. He had Phil. He had a couple of them died. But man, he screwed so many people out of money though. So I was kind of lucky that it didn't happen. Because I was a kid. I probably would have got really screwed like everybody else. And what's his name? Carmen Appice has just come out and told about all his tracks that he got screwed off of that he wrote for Ozzy. It's a shame. I know Randy wasn't happy with, I think from what I heard was Ozzy had punched Randy in the face because Randy threatened to leave. He just couldn't take the drugs and the drinking. He said he was going to kill him. Ozzy was like a wreck. He was going to kill himself. The amount of stuff he was doing. Bob Marley, no woman. Oh, really? Yeah. So they tend to. So what they. So here's the thing with our artists were businesses. So they told them to get paid with checks and stuff you had to be an LLC, a corporation. So once they started that, they started figuring out, well, if we sign them as part of employment, we can 1099 them, and they're just basically on our payroll, and everything they write while they're with you, they keep. And that's how the record labels actually came up later on with fucking with contracts and making people sign NDAs. You either sign it or you don't get to record it. You know what I mean? So then they were screwing people out of money. But after a while, I figured out it was better for me because of the amount of songs I was doing. And that helped me out better. Yeah, he never got credit for Bark at the Moon. That sucks, man. I believe it. He headbutted and broke his nose. And I don't know if I should tell. There's one story. I have a really good Ozzy story. I don't know if I can say it though. It involved women, him, state troopers in Florida, at a checkpoint, and me coming there to pick people up. Oh, the Ultimate Sin, yeah. Oh, the Rage for Order, man, that was a great album. Yeah, Jake and Phil didn't get along. Yeah, that's what I liked about it. That's what I liked about until Teabags got me involved, and I had to come out and say some of this stuff. But yeah, I like Rage for Order a lot. I don't think they could ever top Operation Mindcrime though. That was like ridiculously good. Yeah, the idea of, like I say, contracts don't mean nothing. Credits don't mean nothing. Your songwriting credits. The only thing that matters was the contract you signed, because you can be super famous and fucking have all the credits in the world for songwriting and have zero in your bank account. Did Bob Daisley undermine him? I don't know about that though, because Bob wrote a lot of shit. And it's kind of like Vinnie Vincent. Vinnie Vincent, after they talked shit about him for years, he was still writing songs for them because he needed the money. He just didn't get credit for it. I don't know if you guys know that. A lot of the songs, all the way till the end, Vinnie Vincent was actually help writing because he wrote great songs like "Lick It Up" and stuff like that. It's crazy. But there's a lot of bands that do that. You know, they have. It's kind. And I don't know if I should say some of this stuff. I'll leave the name out. But he's somebody that I know that I play with, and he was on tour with another band. He came back, and they said the album was done. And he goes, "What do you mean? When do I put my drum tracks?" And he said, "You don't have to. We just give you credit for it." He's like, "What do you mean? They just will credit you on the album." He told them to fuck off because they were programmed drums, and he doesn't play like that. So he basically told somebody, I'm trying to do this without getting in trouble, and told them I don't want credit for the drums on there. That's not how I play. But they sounded amazing, kind of like, like, I mean, how are you gonna say this ain't a real drummer? Even the hi hat's good. You know what I mean? It's hard to. No, Tom and Zach haven't sent me anything. I think they got a talking to maybe, but Zach is gonna end up with his channel removed, probably. For me, what's the most? What style do I write the most for? Pop. One's pop, like pop country, and the other two artists are pop. They're on Atlantic. But most of the music I wrote for, the big money is in pop. Oh, he was on Gus. There's something wrong with that fucking kid, man. He was on. Yeah, I know Gus did a new video, and he was. I think he was talking about Tonewoods from PRS. I'll tell you what. He's 100% right in what he says. I bought that guitar. That guitar new is $1,100. I just went in there today thinking, you know what? I should take some of like the medium line guitars and trade them in for a really nice PRS. And they have it's like a limited edition wood one. It's like $3,500. So I played it. It didn't sound any better than that or play any better than that. And I'm like, why the fuck would I buy a $3,500 guitar when that one looks just as good and plays just as good? I can't justify certain things. You know what I mean? Now they pop up all the time. I, you know, it was cool I did that in the time, but I can't stand listening to it anymore. It was bad. It's bad writing for me now because of the technology and how much I've written since I was a kid. And when I listen to some of the expose stuff, I'm like, what the fuck were you thinking, bro? But I made a nice living out of that, and it got me into the industry. But it's same thing with that band. I We had producers coming in, and I would sneak back into the studio and remix it, all the tracks. I did not like and it was I was 50% owner of the band. I did not like what they were doing, and these are guys that work for like people like with Mariah Carey, and I would go in and remix stuff, and they come in and they knew I touched the mix. I'm like, bro, I was the one that got the band on the radio that way with that sound. You're not gonna change the sound. You'll get your credit and your money. No, it wasn't rock. It was just all dance. You taking me? Dun 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 dun. It was based out of Miami, so it had that Latin flavor. Come go with me. Point of no return. It was. Now it's like I don't even know. It's bad. It just sounds bad to me. Yeah, Kiesels are way superior to PRS. Yeah, yeah, 86, 87. Yeah. I agree. I think 1K is about like this guitar. This guitar is about 1,200 new, so you can get them used for like 8 to 6, and it's a like how can you beat that sound and the playability of it? You know what I mean? I can play anything on it. It just a great neck. Like everything. It's got good sound. No, I never. That was the one thing I can say, bro. I never. When I was with Expose, I didn't do a lot of the '80s bands. Like I was friends with the guys from Lanier, like Wyatt, Taylor Dane, Stevie B, some of those guys. I was friends with those guys, but I never got into writing songs for those bands. You know what I mean? So some of those bands were they were around, but I was just friends with some of those guys. Menudo, Ricky Martin, those guys. Sure, I didn't. I um, I stayed friends with Ricky and Ruben. Ruben was in Menudo as well. Ruben did a really good fucking rock album. It didn't go nowhere. I don't even like talking about him. How come I don't rock Dean? Dean guitars? Rico's. Yeah, Rico Suave. Now, I did work with my buddy Wesley B. Wright. He was the guitar player for Miami Sound Machine. And he was also my Digitech rep. He doesn't even play guitar anymore. Fucking crazy story he's got. He's a professor at a college teaching a language. He quit playing altogether. Lynch, he's got his own, the ESPs. Yeah, I know who Roman is. Yeah, yeah. And they said it was freestyle. I don't even know what the fuck that means. I was just a rock guitar player, and I was told by Lewis, "Hey, whatever you do, don't make it rock." How am I gonna do that? Well, you play other instruments. So I ended up writing everything on keyboard. Yeah, I used Digitech for a long time, the 2101 artist, and then I moved to the 1101. The whole fucking rack thing with the Moss valve, power amps, and everything. I bought Jerry Cantrell's 500-watt Moss valves while I was in expose. Oh yeah, is that where he lives now, Brooklyn? The GNX3 was cool too. It was weird. That was a weird thing. I don't know if I like the GNX3 to be honest with you. But they came out with what was it, the RPM 500s or something like that, or 1000s. Those were pretty cool too. I think, and I think Paul Colt lives up there now in New York. I think he's a nurse in New York. I think he was in a band called Crier. They were going to be one of the biggest rock bands in the world. But it's like Saigon Kick. Like, no offense to Just Got Soda, because they just played here. But I'm telling you, it's not like having Matt Kramer in the band. It just isn't. The JBs, yeah. I think this is like probably this might be a distortion or a JB4. I don't know. I don't know what they put in these. I'm gonna have to take it apart. Yeah, the Digitech. I don't know why Digitech doesn't go back into that. They were at the forefront of all that shit. It's kind of like the old Johnson Millennium amps that Line 6 bought that company. Yeah, that was the thing. You can mix the amps. It had unique settings. Yeah, I didn't know he moved back to Brooklyn. The Bad Monkey. I want to try the new one. You too, Paul. It's always a pleasure, brother. The hardwire pedals were really good too. Yeah, they had. Didn't they have a tube in one of them? If I remember, Batter Monkey or something. Yeah, I want to try that because I'm interested. Because I still once in a while I'll set my amps up and play through my amps. Rolling, yeah. But like, I think it's a little too late for Digitech to come back in the game too, because I mean, you got like Kemper and Fractal and Quad Cortex, and now you got like these Hotone, like the Amperos and the Valtone GP200s. A lot of these companies out of China, like I said, the technology's catching up so fast to each other that even the cheap stuff is starting to sound pretty good. You still go, you got the hardwire on your board. Oh, really? I didn't know he used those. Noel Gallagher. That's a sad story too. Him and his brother, man, can't get their shit together. One stealing credits for the writing, and the other one suffering. Oasis. Joe. Be okay. Okay. By Joe. What's Joe? Valtone. Valtones are good. The Donner. Yeah, I saw those new Donner pedals. Those look cool too. I take Oasis. I don't know. Radiohead would kick their ass, but I thought Oasis was really talented. Oh, you two guitar stud. You're in Scottsdale? Damn, bro. Drive safe. You have your Digitech processor, so. Yeah, Oasis is like, yeah, that's a great analogy. Oasis is like the European version of Journey. How true is that? And I can't. I was trying to tell Steven about that. Who sings "Drops of Jupiter"? What was the name of that band? That was like their biggest fucking hit. It was like, you should play that song if you're gonna play in clubs. Train, that's it. Jay Giles with the Jewish Rolling. Dude, Jay Giles had some good stuff too, man. Yeah, I like Train a lot too. Because, Drops of Jupiter was an okay song, but they had way better songs. It's kind of like the Brian Adams thing. They put these songs on the radio that are, some of them are good. Like Cuts in Like a Knife was okay, but Run to You, man. It's Jake Giles is in the Zappa family tree, really? Cat's Wheels in the Moonlight. Key of C. Cartwheels in the Moonlight. Cartwheels in the Moonlight. It's Only Love. Yeah, it's a long list, man. Those crazy nights I wish I could sing Journey. Those crazy nights. I could do a metal version of it. Yeah, missing person. Yeah, Bosio. You know, I, I I saw Missing Persons at my grad night. They were at Disney on my grad night. Oh, Ziggy Stardust. My son listens. I forget the name of the song he listens to all the time. The only Train I know is Train. Screamo Journey. Yeah, that would be new, wouldn't it? My house train go. Something like that, right? But that fucked me up. Now I'm thinking it drops of Jupiter. Yeah, there's one song my kid sings from Ziggy Stardust. It sings it all the time. I'm like, where did you learn that? I don't know how kids find out shit. Something to believe in. Yeah, that's a cool lead. How's that go? Oh no, that's the other one. I was thinking of the other one. Bubbles, Arrington, and 4411. Train, get me out of this town. That's a great fucking tune. Keebler, Keebler. It's fucking funny. Yeah, I liked Priest. Priest went through. They Priest was really good when they first started, and then they went through the spell for me, and I didn't like them, and then they came back. I forget the name of the album, but it had songs on it like "Some Heads Are Gonna Roll." It was right after "Screaming for Vengeance." That was a great album, but then they did "Painkiller." When I heard "Painkiller," I was like, "Yeah, he's the bomb." He bought a Martin 12E. Now you're broke. Seen Missing Persons: A Great Adventure. Blom blom dum dum. Ziggy intro. Yeah. Trailer Park Boys. Yeah. The Trailer Park Boys. Oh my God. What was the other one? Yeah. Uh, yeah, I bet. Oh, the Jerky Boys. Yeah, I'm benching 350 pounds, baby, pounds. You guys remember the Jerky Boys? Holy shit. Electric Eye. Yeah, that's a great song, Electric Eye. Scott Travis. Yeah, he's a beast. Yeah. Men. What's that say? Men on Zoto. Buying guitars is addicting. Yeah. Y2K. Oh, yeah, those are cool guitars. I wanted the purple one. You know the purple one? Blink 182 or Offspring. I'll take Offspring. The Spider Hunter theme song. Pod Cessna. You like Blink 182? They're a good band. That's a tough one. I, and to be honest, I think Blink 182 too. Like today is probably. I think they're better today than they were back then. Where I liked Offspring better back then, but they're not as good today. Tipton and KK, no itching, or the Pink Panther. When I heard it, man, I known Brian since we were kids. I for me it was kind of like a joke. So I don't know if you guys know how Marilyn Manson got started. He wrote for a magazine here, and he asked the editor if he could write a fake story about the spooky kids. It was something like spooky kids take over the world, and a lot of people were obsessed with the story. He was a great writer, and it was when he was a normal kid. And he went back to the editor. He goes, "What do I do now?" And he told him, "I guess you got to put a band together." That's why he could never sing. He was never really a musician. He was like a poser. He wrote for a magazine, so that's why his vocals are like kind of horrible. They're Alice Cooperish, but not even as good. The beautiful people, the beautiful people. Ah. Oh, he's got a doctorate in chemical, really? John fucking Buckethead, baby. John Five. I wouldn't take John Five. Nah, John Five's good, but John Five for me isn't Motley Crue. He needs to go back to Rob Zombie. He was great in Rob Zombie. I love John Five and Rob Zombie. He's not a good fit for Motley Crue. Motley Crue should have got a metal guitar player like a Ola England or somebody with that sound. Yeah, he's a good guitar player. He just doesn't fit good for me. It's kind of like Joe Satriani with Sammy Hagar. Just fucking go get Nuno Betancourt. He kicked John Five and yeah, I saw that. Yeah, Buckethead was in Guns N' Roses for a couple years. You know that, and you know the whole. I think Motley Crue would have been better with like Michael Romero from Symphony X or one of those kind of guys. Like what's his name, Andy from not Merciful Fate, but King Diamond. Andy I forget his name, LaRue. Yeah, yeah, he's not. He's too nice. John Five's too nice of a guy to hang out with those guys in Motley Crue. Like for me, Motley Crue like just seemed like a bunch of backstabbing little kids. I hate to say like that, but I will tell you one thing: don't fuck with Nicky Six. He's very powerful in the music industry. Yeah, Larish. I forget how you say his name now. I'm getting tired. Yeah, Andy would have been a great fucking guitar player for a Motley Crue. He put on a terrible show. SW. Twisted Sister versus Extreme. I just can't, man. I hate Gary Sharon's vocals, so I'd say Twisted Sister, especially old Twisted Sister, man. Under the Blade when they were heavy. Yeah, there's so many musicians out there. Like I know Joe Hulkstra just joined Rat. That was confirmed. Steven confirmed that. I saw that he knows him, so he had texted him and he responded. So I think I I knew that. Here's my feeling on that, and I don't know if you guys have heard it yet, but yeah, Mick Mars kicked ass. The I don't think Whitesnake is gonna pan out with this fucking kid. You can't just fucking take the singer out of the equation and then you know what I mean. That's a hard one to do. Whitesnake is David Coverdale. You can't just take him out of that fucking band. That's David Coverdale's baby. You know, it's not like Foreigner where all of them were like Mick Jones and this guy and they were all a part of it with Lou Graham. You know what I mean? It's like Styx. Tommy Shaw can handle the vocals, but you just can't you just can't take Whitesnake out, and I think it's failing. The band Whitesnake is failing, and I think Joel has bailed. Yeah, John Sykes too. Rage Against the Machine versus Yoko Ono. I'll take Yoko. No. Making his prime was priceless. Yeah, fucking Motley Crue. Like shout at the devil for me, but that shit was insane. Live wire. John Sykes was so. That's at the end. Again, John got fucked by Coverdale. Yeah, Journey kind of pulled it off, but it'll never be a Steve Perry. You know what I mean? Yeah, Gary sounded okay on the Halen album. I just I don't know. I his vocals. Nicky can't play, but it's his band, and you know what Nicky's stake in the band is? He's a great songwriter. Lyrics. He writes all the lyrics. No, Adrian. Adrian's best guitar work was on "Heading for a Storm" by Vandenberg. Even the first album, you know the that kind of stuff. Adrian was a good guitar player, but he was never John. John just fucking was Thin Lizzy and then White Snake. I mean, John was Tigers of Pain Tang. John was like he's one of my biggest influences. Him, probably him, Halen, and Page, and Frank Marino. Yeah, ACDC was. That's the thing. ACDC was like almost. They weren't quite at the pinnacle of their hype, but they were getting there in that whole thing. And I think it helped. I hate to say it like this, but because he died, it wasn't like they replaced him. They had to replace him because of a tragedy. That was like a little different kind of situation. So people couldn't hate on the band for replacing him. You know what I mean? So, yeah, Rollins. And the whole Journey band was the backup band for Santana. I don't know if you knew that. Neil Sean played backup guitar for Carlos. Greg Rowley sang in Santana. Yeah, like Metallica replacing Cliff Burton. Yeah, because they got away with it because of the way that and the fans wanted them to carry on. That was the weird part about Randy because when Bernie Torme stepped into the band before Brad Gillis, he got a lot of shit from the fans. The fans went after him. Same with Brad Gillis. They went after him. I'm glad I didn't get that gig. Yeah, that's a weird story about Christopher Cross. They didn't like him at all. He was a great radio hit because you couldn't see his face. And then when MTV came out, they were like, uh oh. And they still tried to fucking bury him. And then he wrote another hit on Off Arthur. Couldn't. Yeah, some like Hager better than Roth. But Sharon. Yeah, he originally sang Back in Black. Absolutely. They were recording that album when that happened. Hey, what's up, Sarge? 151, Australia. You got someone else from Australia on here, Allison. Fuck yeah, Alcatraz kicked ass. I liked it with Ingve. I didn't like Alcatraz with Steve I though. Islands in the Sun was fucking kick ass, man. And that was a weird change for me because right when those albums came out at the same time, it was Islands in the Sun with Alcatraz and Vandenberg Heading for a Storm. And right before that, you had Vandenberg's first album, and right around that time, Ingve came out with Steeler. My favorite. Men at Work, baby. I love Men at Work. But right now, Leon Todd has Ragdolls out in Australia. He's my buddy. Ragdolls kick ass. Deep Purple, Gillen. Yeah, I didn't like Dio and Deep Purple. Oh, Patty Smythe too. Yeah, they were trying to replay. Isn't Cracker Aussie? Yeah, Leon Todd's really good. I talk to him here and there. Not so much anymore. Last time I talked to him was when Ingve was over there, and I tried to get Nick. 'Cause Nick's a friend of mine, Nick Marino, the singer for Ingve. I told him because Ragdolls were opening. I said go see Leon Todd. He's a great connection over in Australia, and he's a great guy. Hook up with him. It'll help you. You'll benefit from that. And then I told Leon Todd, hey, he might approach you. Tony Iommi lost his fingers. Randy died. Cenk went nuts. Yeah. Well, Zach actually on tour. I don't know if it was with Ozzy, but he ended up with blood clots in his lungs. I don't know if you remember that. Did they ever say that in public? Would I play a song? Like, what do you want to hear? A metal song? What do you want? Let's see. There you go. There's a song. My opinion of Tom Morello. Zach's a stooge. Sergeant G Day from Melbourne. Oh, good day. I'm catching on to good day to you, mate. Shrimps on the ball, mate. What? I like Tom Morello. I don't like the whole politics shit that he does. But Rage Against the Machine and Audio Slave were fucking good. I liked them a lot. JJ, the big three are AC/DC, Angels, Rose Tattoo. Oh yeah, Rose Tattoo. I forgot about them. Holy shit. Yeah, AC/DC is legendary. You guys had a lot of good bands out of there, like Men at Work, AC/DC, Rose Tattoo. Rose Tattoo was badass. JJ French will be 74. 50 years, yeah, that's crazy. You talk to a chick in Hampton. Dio on Dehumanizer. Now that was really good though. Nah, I don't think Gillen would have fit in there. A musical G Day. Brizzy. Wait, what do you say, Alice? What do you say? Over the creek. Hello from over the creek. Men without hats. Yeah, Morello is a great guitar player for some of the stuff he does. You know what I mean? He's a field player. Kerry King hanging on. Yeah. I think the more that metal's being pushed out of like the United States, they're gonna have a problem. And that's why I think, like I said, Joel Holster's a great guitar player, but he's very limited in where he can go and make money now. That's why a lot of these guys are just jumping from band to band. I wonder what. And see, Doug Aldridge has Dead Daisies and other things he can do. Yeah, Rose Tattoo. That's one of my favorite bands back in the day. They're kind of like Jet Boy. Do you remember Jet Boy? Rose Tattoo is. I thought Rose Tattoo was more badass than AC/DC, but like Jet Boy, like Rose Tattoo was like heavier to me. Jet Boy, we had Jet Boy out here too. G Day, mate. Lynch, George Lynch, the Budgies. Oh yeah, you Olivia Newton-John's. Almost forgot. Oh, you love Keel and Icon and docking. Yeah, it's hard to tour now. You know, we got all those fucking programmed drums. Now I'm tired to play that. I'm getting tired. Rose tattoo, filthy good. Only heard of Jitboy. That Jetboy, just Jitboy. Molly Hatchet too. Man, I forgot how to play that too. Crowded House, Ice House. Crowded House was really good too. And it's 1986, and you have to make a live show, a live pedal board with only 4 pedals. 4 pedals? Damn, that's a good question. I'd have to have a wah. I'd have to have a original 808 tooth screamer, the hand wired. A phaser and maybe a chorus, or maybe a phaser and an EQ. It depends what kind of head I can use in the 80s. If it had a loop, you didn't give me that option. If I had a loop, I would put an EQ in the loop. Yeah, Midnight Oil was great too. What new guitar players do I like? Damn, I don't know. What new guitarists? Is there any? Tim Henson's alright, but it's not my cup of tea. Yeah, Joe can find gigs anywhere. He should write jingles. All these old folks keep suing him. Break a hip. Yeah, I like Midnight Oil. Cruise in it? The Jetboy? I don't know. I don't remember. Your battery's about to die? It's better than having your G-string break. MXR distortion. I liked MXR distortions, but those fucking things are noisy as fuck, bro. They were noisy. I switched from MXR to the Boss, the yellow pedal. DS1. What is it? Something. The yellow one, whatever it was. Yeah, the loop. You gotta have an EQ in the loop, man. Red Chill. He's from Australia. An 80s board and 4 pedals. Easy. Rat, tube screamer, chorus, and delay. Yeah. Depeche Mode versus Talking Heads. Ooh. I'll take Talking Heads. Now, if you said The Cure versus Talking Heads, I would have taken The Cure. Robert Fripp. Hell yeah, man. Robert Fripp is another underrated guitar player. Some of the stuff he plays. Oh, it sounds awesome all the way. I'm running a Kemper Direct. Start a band with Gus. The Noodle Kings. Raymond. Yeah, Fascination Street too. Started a band with Bad Brad. Frippertronics in the Kemper. Bad Brains or Bad Brads. My favorite act, probably. That's a tough question too. The one for me to play is my Kiesel, the white one over my right shoulder. Your this one right here. That's probably my all-time favorite guitar. The Kiesels. I don't think it's in tune anymore. I think because I dive bombed it and I had broke a string, so I don't think it's in tune. We can tune it quick though. Where is my? Where's my trusty little? Oh, it's over here. I gotta tune it anyway. I think I got it locked down on one or two things. That's the right one. I can't see now. I don't know which one. I did dive bombs the other day and it wasn't locked down. I know this needs to be tuned anyway. The Velvet Hammer tour. Oh, you saw the Klein? Yeah, I put all those away. The Velvet Hammer is on tour. New Order was great too. Bad Brains, crazy cool. Yeah, Bad Brains was great. Joy Division. Your 79 Strat is your baby? Nice. Stoner Rock Metal. Bob Dylan versus Tom Petty. Tom Petty. STP. I'll take Velvet Revolver. STP. I'm out of tune. Yeah, the Charbel 6. Couldn't play it, sold it. STB's got a huge catalog. Doom or sludge metal? I don't know. You bought a 490R and T-top pickups pulled from a new. Oh yeah, Interstate Love Song is catchy. Jerry's selling some pickups. Anybody needs excuse me, Gibson pickups. Tone X is great. I have one in the closet, but it's good. It's just not. It's not a setup for me live. Oh, Allison's leaving. Her battery died. Um, Good day to you. Good morning to you. Top of the morning to you. I don't know what I'm saying. All right, Allison. You have a good night. Good day. Give yourself perspective. Oh, that's funny. Dynacat presets. All right, man. Yeah, the 490s. I got them in one of mine. The which one are they in? Do I have it here? No. I have, in all fairness, I have a lot of Oh, I should probably undo these. I have a lot of modelers laying around, so it's just one of those things. So I have a lot of modelers just laying around. You know, it's not it's not that I don't like them. I don't use them. Like I got 4 amps sitting over there in my closet. It's not that I don't like amps. It's easier to fire up a Kemper and not burn tubes up. Now let's see how bad out of tune that went. Let's see. You heard that reverb should come after the delay. Yeah, reverb should come after the delay. But I mean, you can get some crazy different settings. Like if you put a delay in the front and then a delay at the end, you can come up with some cool stuff. Yeah, the Tone X Dumble is really good. Famous bands I've worked with or played for. Man, that's a big list. Probably the biggest one that might claim to fame is Expose. We broke a Beatles record. We had 4 top tens. We were the first to break the record, I believe. So I broke a Beatles record. But I've worked with, like, I filled in guitar, I've done shows with so many people. Rack, Quiet Riot, XYZ, Beyonce, Tom Jones, Celine Dion. There's just so many. Adam Levine, Luke Bryant, Tony, his drummer, is a friend of mine. Um, and I right now I'm playing with Dave Spitz from Black Sabbath, Patrick Johansson from Ingve, and we're gonna do War Pigs, which is Dave's old band, and we have um, Gabriel Cologne from Lynch Mob on vocals. Yeah, you want your reverb on the delay, but you're releasing experimental track Wretch Hole trapped in reverb chamber. Yeah, so like these tracks are for Gabe. I don't know if you heard these. So those are like tracks that are gonna go to Gabe. So when I record those, just so you guys get an idea, what I do is I use this. So there's a pitch on there too. Smashing Pumpkins is Guns N' Roses. What's his name's around here a lot? The singer. I forget his name. Man, it's getting late. Corbin? I think the mix has to be up more. Too much. I had it set before. Yeah. Bill Blair. Burst Bucket. Bill Blair. Maybe a hair more. Let me set that. I need to do a separate patch so I don't keep doing it. Bill Blair's brother featuring Jimmy Chamberlain. Which guitarist passing affected you the most? Randy Rhoads. Mules Kennedy. Miles. He's good. Yeah. That was the weird thing for me because he was like an idol of mine and stuff, and I could play the whole tribute album and all that stuff and everything, and they were having all those problems with the guitar players, and then Mike Varney recommended that Sharon take a listen to me, and then getting on at a rehearsal sound check with them. George Lynch was over there. George flipped out though. I remember him going, "Why don't you just fucking hire him?" And they go, "We're trying to, but the problem is he's 16." And George was like, "He's 16?" He nearly pulled it, whatever hair he had left, he almost pulled out of his fucking head. Yeah, yeah. Kyle has a studio. So before they were Matchbox 20, they were called. I want something butterfly. I don't know if the album was something butterfly. My buddy Eric Steinman played bass for them. Yeah, Eddie Van Halen. I don't know. It was a big deal, but all that shit with the band and stuff. It wasn't. I wasn't shocked because Eddie didn't take care of himself. John had. I already knew John was sick. I knew people that knew John. John was a super nice guy. Petrucci's okay. Yeah, George is like about. Mm, I forget how old George is. He might be 7 years older than me, maybe somewhere around there. The problem with George is he lied about his age for a long time. Shh, I didn't say that. Yeah, but he doesn't tell his true age. He said that when he was younger, he used to say he was older, and now that he's um older, he keeps it close to his age. He might be 71. I don't know. I think he's actually 69, maybe. So it might be 9. It was either 7 or 9. I remember it was an odd number he was away from me, but it wasn't 10 digits. Yeah, those 490s are really good. The 98 too. They're probably some of the best pickups that Gibson ever made. Yeah, they were out of Orlando. Was it Tabitha's Secret? I couldn't remember. But my buddy, he works for Microsoft now. Eric Steinman. He was the bass player for pre Matchbox. Oh, George, he looks 51. Yeah, he's not really 71 though. I know he's not 71. Alnica 2 or 5. I have to go with the 2. That's a tough one too. part of the States? I'm in Florida. You like the two, Jerry? I do too, I think. Too tired. Oh, yeah? I didn't know that, Scott. I just know I like the 490s. The T's nice, too. The Burstbreaker 5. Larry Bird's hometown. Yeah. I'm going to take off, too, I think. That's some buckethead shit, right? Freebird? I don't know Freebird. Let's make. How many stupid noises can you play? There you go. That's my stupid noise for the night. You too, bro. Stay safe out there. Always a pleasure. It's a great channel. Lots of great, cool people on here. Very knowledgeable people. You know, Scott and AJ and those guys coming over from Joe Wentz's channel. Fucking way smarter than me. Alright, everybody. You guys have a good night, man. Iron Butterfly, another one. Yeah, I gotta get up early in the morning. Early in the morning. I gotta get up. I got a 10-year-old. I take him to school and fold laundry. Anyway, it's my pleasure. Sorry, I'm getting tired and everything. Always my pleasure. I'll probably come back on tomorrow, like at my regular. I don't even know if I have a scheduled time. I always do Tuesdays around 8, 9 o'clock. I tried that. That's the one day you can pretty much count on me. All right. Everything else is a fucking crapshoot. All right. Peace out, everybody. You don't need a guitar to make stupid. That's funny, brother.